Will, if we first reflect at the weekend, on the balance of things, probably a fair result and a good point away from home?
Yeah, I think I see a few frustrated people around, but yeah, I think on the balance of the game, it was a fair result. It felt like sort of a top of the table clash, not as in the most prettiest of games, but no one really wanted to make the mistake. So yeah, it was quite a cagey affair, I'd say.
Yeah, it was a bit of a game of chess, I guess, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It felt like in the game. Yeah, I think it was. If someone had scored maybe earlier on, it could have opened it up. But as the game went on, it just sort of went a bit stalemate. And I can understand people's frustration. But if you had taken a point before the game away, a clean sheet, I think people would have been quite happy.
I suppose the frustration's there, but I think we probably got it wrong last year when we went there, didn't we? And that resulted in a 2-0 defeat.
Yeah, like you said, it was. Obviously, you can't go away to teams like that, really, and you want to go there and get something from them. Because they're going to be definitely up there towards the end of the season. So, but obviously, we go back to the Oxford game at home. If we'd have won that game, you think 4 points out of the 2, then it's a completely different story. But because it's 2-2, so it does seem a little bit of a dampener. But no, I think on the grand scheme of things, a point away from home, a clean sheet, something to build on.
Yeah, and particularly having conceded 2 for the first time in the previous game, I suppose a clean sheet for defenders and the team was the most important thing.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously we conceded obviously in the games before as well. So obviously back to clean sheets. It's obviously a platform to build on. If obviously you keep a clean sheet, you're pretty much guaranteed a point. So you are guaranteed a point. So so pleased.
You said about it could have been 4 points with the Oxford game had we not conceded late, but tomorrow's an opportunity to make it 4 points from 2 games, which will then change the outlook on it.
Yeah, exactly. They come thick and fast, don't they, as well? So like you said, if we win tomorrow night, everyone will be looking back and it'll be like, yeah, what a great point it was as well. So it's you just got to take it as a positive and build on it.
How's it felt recently? Obviously, you had that 2-week gap without a game as well.
I think it's hard sometimes when you do have a gap, especially this early on in the season. It can work both ways. It can sort of hinder your momentum. But I think it was sort of maybe good for us with the results leading up to it, just to have a little bit of a reset. And so, it's been good. Obviously, it was a tough training session, so the fitness was still up there, so it's fine in that aspect. But yeah, it did hopefully. We'll use it as a reset and we can kick on now another 10-game block. And if we can sort of replicate what we've done in the first 10 games, then we should be okay.
Speaking to Alfie at the weekend and Danny before the game, you said it was kind of like a mini pre-season again. Was it tough?
Yeah, it was tough. Obviously, you know what the Gaffer's like. Gaffer loves running. I think he runs in his sleep. So, it's good. So hopefully, when we sort of blipped, going back to last year, when we sort of were a little bit blipping last year, I think hopefully with all the fitness work and the stuff we've been doing pre-season, our bodies can cope with the tougher times, because that's what I think people do forget. Like, we are everyone's cup final, so every game we're probably doing 10-15% more than everyone else in this league. So I know it looks like maybe not quite on paper, but like when we're actually doing it and you're physically doing it week in, week out, it's tough to maintain. So hopefully we'll be able to learn from last year and we can capitalise on everyone else's.
You say on paper it's quite interesting because normally you look at a team's result after they've played us, if they've got a positive result, and they've invariably lost, and that's because they've put a lot into trying to get something out of us.
That's the thing. So we're dragging, like I said, 15-20% off people, and they're putting that into us. So we've got to then deal with their game plan at a higher level. So then we're playing everyone at a higher level throughout the season, where other teams aren't doing that. So they can sustain a thing up and down, where we've got to be at it all the time. So we've just got to deal with that and learn from last year.
And we have taken points that we didn't last year. I was looking at Brackley, Shields, Curzon and Chester, 10 points from them games, and we took nothing last season, so that has to be a positive.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, we can, like those games, like you said, we can take points from them. I think there was a stat I saw this morning, actually. I think we're 1 point ahead of where we were last year at this stage. But we're top of the league, so I think we were 4th last year. So it just shows maybe the difference, how tight it is. So, yeah, it's like I said, going back to my point before, if we can get another 10-game block and be up there, top of the pile again, then everyone's going to be happy, aren't they?
Rushall tomorrow night, they've not had their ideal start to the season. What are your thoughts on them?
Obviously, like I said, it's going to be a tough game. Everyone's a tough game. Everyone raises their game, so we've just got to be ready. Hopefully, create a few more chances than Saturday. Be a bit more on the front foot, and obviously, we need to start really winning games here and really putting people to the sword.
Quite a few former faces in that team as well, so we know a little bit about what they're about, like Liam McAlinden and that.
Yeah, exactly, and obviously, I know Macca quite well as well. Played with him a few times, so yeah, they're going to be obviously, like I said, a good outfit. There's no easy game, so yeah, it'll be a good, tough test. Another
game under the lights here at home as well, which has been quite special so far.
Yeah, I do like an evening game. So I do really enjoy the evening games. There's something quite nice about them. So yeah, hopefully 3 points.
Saturday, Tuesday for the next 3 weeks as well. So it's a real opportunity to get quite a few points on the board.
Yeah, exactly, and obviously back-to-back Tuesdays at home as well. So if we keep picking up points away from home, and like I said, put people to the sword here, and really get nailed down where we're at. Over the next 10-game block, we should be okay.
Obviously, you were in the team on Saturday. I suppose everyone's having to work hard across that back line to keep the place. Obviously, Boise missed out at the weekend.
That's the thing, I think, where obviously the gaffers got it. Obviously, I missed out the first 3-4 games. So, and yes, it's tough. Everyone does have to be on their game, because even it doesn't matter. Even like the fullbacks, you've got obviously Kells as well fighting for his place. So yeah, midfield we've got a good block of people. Obviously strikers as well. Maybe obviously with Carlton coming back as well soon. So hopefully it's all good competition, isn't it? And like you put anyone in, like if you swap me and Boise around, I have no doubt Boise will do just as good a job as me.
You say there's competition there. Is the group finding the benefit of having that smaller, tight-knit group this season?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is. Even just off the pitch, everyone's... You find if there's a bigger group, it's more than there's little groups around. So now it's just one big group, if that makes sense. So yes, everyone's in it together. And it's definitely a beneficial thing.